history and applications of the game theory. Welcome to this video on the history of the game theory. We will explore its origins, evolution, and applications in different fields. Game theory was first developed by John von Neumann in early 20th century. The book Theory of Games and Economic Behavior, published in 1944, is widely regarded as the foundation of game theory. However, the origin of game theory can be traced back to the work of John von Neumann, a French mathematician who published a book on mathematics and game theory. She introduced the concept of strategic iteration between firms in a duopoly in 1838. Game theory continued to evolve and expand with significant contributions made by game theorists such as John Nash and etc. John Nash is known for his famous Nash equilibrium, which is widely used today in the study of strategic interactions. Game theory has applications in economics, political science, biology, psychology, and computer science. It is used to study the behavior of firms and consumers in markets and strategic interactions between nations. Game theory is a fascinating field that has evolved and expanded over the years. By understanding its history, we can appreciate its importance and applications in different areas of study. The first iteration of game theory is the two-person zero-sum game. In this scenario, there are two players who compete against each other in a situation where the one player's gain is the other player's loss. The famous example include the prisoner dilemma and the chickens game. The second iteration of the game theory is cooperative games. Examples include coalition games and the bargaining games. Cooperative games are often used in situations where players can achieve more by working together than by acting independently. The third iteration of the game theory is non-cooperative games. In these games, players act independently and make decisions based on their own self-interests. Examples include the stag hunt and the battle of the sexes. The fourth iteration of the game theory is the evolutionary game. This iteration takes into account the fact that decision makers are not always rational and may be subject to evolutionary pressures. The hawk and dove game and the ultimatum game are the examples of this iteration. The fifth iteration of the game theory is repeated games. In these games, players interact with each other over a period of time and their decisions can affect the outcome of future interactions. The examples include the iterated prisoner's dilemma and the repeated battle of the sexes. Game theory is used to analyze the strategic interactions between nations in nuclear deterrence scenarios. During Cold War, United States and the Soviet Union both possessed nuclear weapons, and the threat of mutually assured destruction was used as a deterrent to prevent a global war. Game theory was used to analyze the strategic interactions between the two superpowers and to determine the optimal strategies for each other. Game theory is used to analyze the strategic interactions between the nations during the negotiations of trade agreements. One example of this is the use of game theory in the negotiation of trade agreements such as NAFTA and the TPP. Game theory is used to analyze the strategic interaction between parties in conflict and determine the optimal strategies for achieving a peaceful resolution. It was also used in Good Friday Agreement in Northern Ireland. Game theory is used to analyze the strategic interaction between allied nations and determining the optimal strategies for maintaining alliances. One example is the US-Japan alliance. Game theory is a powerful tool that can be used to analyze strategic interactions between the nations. Its applications in international relations are wide-ranging and include deterrence, international trade, conflict resolution, and alliances. By understanding the basic principles of game theory, we can better understand the complex dynamics of international relations and work towards a peaceful resolution. Thank you for watching this video.